Hey guys, what's up? It's Shadow. In today's video, we will be covering a wide range of things based on 3 different topics. But before we start the video, I want to just say the gameplay in the background is a little bit different because I have the main gameplay I did, and then I added a little bit of like a miniature montage, I guess. And we'll be covering 3 main areas, in my opinion, in the game. We're going to be covering guns in the ranges and what they're best for, each gun pretty much. And then for the second part, we're going to go ahead and be talking about how to get those higher streaks. So like the gunships, well, honestly any streak this works for, so even lightning strikes and stuff like that, the middle streaks and lower streaks. And then for the last part, we're going to be talking about adapting. It's a really important part of the game. A lot of people don't understand. The first part I want to go ahead and talk about is the guns and gun ranges, okay? So every gun has a different range, different style, fire rate, everything. We all know this. We've been playing Call of Duty for years. If you haven't, it's something you'll learn very quickly. Okay, so there's 5 different gun types, 3 different styles. And what I mean by this is every single gun has a different style in the game, obviously, and there's 5 different gun categories. So you have the assault rifles for starters. That's your first category that you have. Your second category, you have SMGs, which is submachine gun. Third category you have is tactical rifles, which is kind of like the DMR, which is what I'm using currently. And then you have your 4th type, which is light machine guns. And then you have your 5th type, which is sniper rifles. And each one of those guns have their own play style, which can be close range, medium range, or even long range. So let's go ahead and start off by talking about assault rifles. So assault rifles vary a lot. You can't really just pinpoint what assault rifles are used for, what range they're used for, or anything like that, because they all have different fire rates, obviously. So you have your long range assault rifles, and then you have medium range assault rifles. You're not really going to be wanting to get close and personal with these assault rifles because you'll just get gunned down by SMGs or shotguns. Assault rifles are more meant for medium range combat. So Nuketown is perfect. So like the map I'm playing on currently is perfect for assault rifles because you have a lot of medium range encounters. And then you have SMGs, which is more close range. Or medium range. You can go close range or medium range with SMGs. It really depends on the SMG, obviously, and that's really good on this map as well, just because this map is honestly an all-around good map for all ranges. It depends on your playstyle. And then you have your tactical rifles, which are more meant for long range to medium range, so they're kind of like an assault rifle but lean towards long range as well, just because you have a lot of bursts and semi-auto with those. And then you have your LMGs, which definitely lean towards more long range. And then you have your snipers, which are just straight long range. So I want to go ahead and cover the fact that when you have an assault rifle, you don't want to be pushing into like enemy spawns or in unknown areas that are close quarters, so like a room or a building. You don't really want to push into those kind of areas when you have an assault rifle, because the chances are those people that are in those buildings or in the spawn area are going to have a SMG or a shotgun, which is meant for more close quarters. Meaning the chances of you actually winning that gunfight are probably like a 70-30 chance. You're only going to have a 30% chance of actually winning that gunfight compared to them. They have a way higher advantage. And that's kind of what I'm trying to talk about right now is you don't want to put yourself at a disadvantage with any gun. So when you're using an assault rifle, just stay at medium range. If you know that the enemy team has a really good player that's using an SMG, try your best to stay long range from all enemy players, so like a medium range, because if they have an SMG, they're not going to be able to hit you from those ranges as you're able to hit them from a way farther range and they're able to hit you. And this goes for really everything. So even if you have an SMG and you know the enemy team has like a really good sniper rifle, a really good sniper, I mean, you don't want to go and open to where you can just walk out there with an SMG knowing that you can't hit those longer ranges when they have a really good sniper on their team where they can just snipe you and pick you off like it's nothing. Or if they have a really good person like in the back of their spawn with an LMG, you don't want to be pushing their spawn and then be a little bit out of your range, and he can just sit there and pick you off with his LMG. Like, you don't want to be putting yourself in that disadvantaged situation to where you know that you're gonna die. The chances of you surviving are really low compared to him. And that really goes for everything too, because you have LMGs that if you're using an LMG, you're going to want to be playing a lot slower. You're not going to be wanting to play as fast paced. You don't want to be rushing. You want to just stick back, kind of play a little slower. You don't want to be pushing so hard at the point that you're getting gunned down every 2 seconds by an SMG or an assault rifle either. So really just know how to play with your gun, get comfortable with the weapon, find your play style, and really you just want to stick with your range. You don't really want to go out of your comfort zone. So now let's go ahead and transition into talking about the streaks, going for the high streaks and stuff. So when you want to go for a high streak, or it doesn't even have to be a high streak, whatever streak you're trying to go for, the way I usually play is I start off strong. And what I mean by that is I start off kind of by like rushing. I usually use an SMG, so I start off by rushing, pushing hard, doing my thing, and then once I notice I'm like about halfway to my streak, or almost halfway to my streak, I kind of slow it down a little bit. I don't really push as hard. I play a little smarter, because when you're just starting off and you're not even close to your streak yet, you kind of just want to push to your streak so you can get it quicker. And what I mean by that is you just want to push so you have nothing to lose at the beginning, okay? So when you have just freshly died, or you're just freshly starting, you just want to push, just go for it. Obviously you're still going to be playing smart, but what you're going to want to do is go ahead and just push your way through the first, I would say, half of your score streak. So for example, if I'm trying to get a sniper's nest, I'm going to go ahead and get the first probably 4.5 kills, and then maybe even 5 kills, and then once I reach that 4 or 5 mark, I'm going to go ahead and start playing slower and smarter, meaning I'm going to be taking my time around the corners, taking my time around really anything, make sure my surroundings, I'm safe, I'm not going to be putting myself in no disadvantage. So like, I'm not just going to walk out right now in the open, because you can get shot from any angle, from behind you, beside you, in front of you, to your left side. It doesn't matter, you can get shot from many different angles when you just walk out in the open. So that's what I mean by trying to play smarter. And one way this can help you out is if you're using an assault rifle, for example, okay, and the best way to get a streak with an assault rifle is by sticking to the edge of the map, okay, because when you stick to the edge of the map, that instantly cuts your angles in half. It doesn't become a 360 degree angle, it becomes a 180 degree angle. So you only have to worry about the 180 degrees, and sometimes even less than that if you're in a corner. So just put yourself at an advantage as much as possible in this game. Another thing I want to talk about is adapting. So let's go ahead and talk about that now. Way to adapt is kind of just starting off. So just choose whatever you usually choose gun-wise. Just let's say you usually use the SMG or something. Just choose your SMG, rush around, do whatever you got to do. And if you recognize it doesn't really work out for that map, or maybe it's a players that you doesn't really work with those players, adapt. You just switch your weapon up. So like if the players usually have a lot of long range people, or maybe they're all campers or something, and you can't really go against them when you're trying to run close range and they're all together, switch up to like a sniper so you can get clats, or do an LMG. They have a lot of ammo in their clip, kind of like how you saw me at the beginning of this video. You saw me use an SMG at the start, get gunned down quickly. You saw me switch over to an AR, get gunned down quickly, and then you saw me switch over to a DMR. The reason why I swapped over to a DMR is because I realized that I need to stay more long range, since that everybody else was using close range weapons. I got killed a lot by that Argus. The reason why I chose a DMR was because the Argus cannot reach the range that the DMR can. So with a DMR, I'm able to go more long range, and it's a 2-shot kill, so it's easier to kill people with that than a sniper rifle, in my opinion, or than an LMG, because it's more persistent. Alright, so let's go ahead and review what we talked about. So the gun ranges, find your range, stick with it, get happy with it, do your thing. When it comes to streaks, get halfway up to your streak, and then play a little smarter, do your thing, focus on the edges, focus on area, focus on everything, and then be very, very aware of your surroundings. And then when it comes to adapting, just make sure you know what weapon to change to, what you're doing. If you guys liked the video, or if it helped out, please show me some love and support, like, subscribe. I will reply to any comments you guys comment on. I really appreciate you guys, and I hope to see you in the next video.